I ain't had no bread in my account. Now it's like I done lost kind of the amount. Now the crib got a view with a pool. Like Ferrari and it came without a roof. All this money always on me like it's glue. Money.
And hopefully Kenny doesn't get MVP anymore since Sick is gone.
Nah, yeah, we can't have that, man. He does enough last season.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, Downs. I like it.
What'd he say?
I don't know. It sounded like T-Mac clown pants. That's what I heard.
Thank you, 2K community. Thank you, 2K. I hope to see everybody in the park, in the city, and please go put them Jordan 1 main conditions on. I really appreciate it.
The big question, though, is have you ever hit a 3 with Ben Simmons in Play Now Online?
Yes, it was 2K20.
Had to go back a whole game year.
We're the land of the...
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and from the... Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Mitchell Robinson. Junior's out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the point guard. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Hachimura. Then there's Tristan Thompson, and it's Baker in at the point guard position. Pass to Harden. And Thompson sends it back. Outside Leonard.
Well, for so long, the Nets have been recovering from that terrible trade that cost them a ton of draft picks. Kenny, they're finally back to being a competitor.
Wow. I think that you look at 2014, that trade shows it was terrible to mortgage your future. Look, Nick just turned things around, and they're collecting assets, and they've added these great stars to go with it.
And they've made the right coach, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. But I go back, like, I still can't figure out what made them think that was a good trade.
Well, like, most of those guys are not there to answer that question.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. To the middle. And Junior throws it down.
The thing about KD, he's always had other superstars with him. He's grown up in this league having to share the wealth.
Leonard on the wing, coming off 31 points last game. Kenny, your shot mechanics look polished, even back in college. Some guys take longer to have that thing look smooth and right and make some sense optically.
Well, it's repetition more than the visual. So the more you, like I actually shot the ball and my left hand stays on too long, so I had a side spin. It didn't go, it didn't have a natural revolution. So Marcus Smart comes to mind, Lonzo Ball, you know, but the repetition will help.
And, you know, there are some guys that, you know, some of the great shooters don't have great, I mean, Ray Allen, Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe shot it with
Larry
a little
Bird's
Larry
form
Bird
was different.
But, you know, they perfected it.
And Junior throws it down.
Rising up with force. Junior wasn't going to lay it in, locking it in on the throwdown.
Baker passes to Hachimura. Outside Leonard. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone. Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. And officials have been more vigilant, guys, whistling the travel violations that we see. At the same time, the league revising the rule book to clarify the gather step when players terminate their dribble. Kenny, in that regard, do you like the way the game is being officiated right now?
What is a gather step? Either you're walking or you're not.
Well, it would seem that way, wouldn't it?
Either you're moving or you're stationary.
The gather step's always been there, though. It's just, honestly, a lot of guys didn't have the ability to and didn't know how to master it. Iverson was the first guy that I saw that had mastered the gather step. And that's, to me, it's just kind of the evolution.
Walking in my book, Greg. It's still
No, it's you gather it. You get that extra. It's basically, it gives you a half a step.
I'm old school. Let's walk it.
You're old.
Yeah, and you didn't finish school.
Oturu, the pass to George. He lobs it up. Plays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
We know George can beat you with the pass, has great vision and great court sense.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Rarely frazzled. They play with a pretty even temperature, in my opinion, throughout this entire game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Toscano's checked in. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Irving. And Junior throws it down.
Playing with so much confidence. When Junior finds his rhythm, he is a lot of fun to watch.
And stolen by Junior. To the paint. Back to Brown. To the inside. Junior. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And not backing down from the physical defense. Junior embraces taking on these challenges.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside for George. And stolen by Junior. He dishes it to Brown. Inside. And it's blocked. And here's the fast break. Here's Baker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Clippers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. Both shots good from the stripe. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Harden scanning the floor. And that one released in time, but no good. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Nets lead by 6. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves? And
well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
They've got Paul George, and it's Oturu in at the 5. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Kings, really lit up the floor. He scored 40 points, and he did a great job of letting the game come to him, connecting on a number of his shots. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard comes in for George. Thompson right side. Back to Baker. 5 on the clock. Those three-pointers off the mark. Well, I've heard both you guys talk about the handle of Kyrie Irving. Kenny, did anyone in your era come close to being able to do what Kyrie can do with the dribble?
Yeah, I think there were several, and with the hand check rule, if they didn't have it the way it is, Isaiah Thomas, Tim Hardaway.
Was Iverson in that game?
Iverson, Kenny Anderson.
Yeah, Kenny.
Yeah, those guys would have had the freedom to dribble the way they wanted to dribble because of the lack of hand check, but Kyrie Irving is special.
And the other thing that makes him special, his footwork is as good as anybody's ever played. Like that, people lose sight. It ain't just your handle, it's the footwork. It's his combination that's what makes him so special.
That's a great point. Here's KD. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Got to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure in that one. Didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
They came in focused and ready to play, and despite facing little resistance, they never pulled back.
Kenny, when you came into the NBA as a rookie, was there a veteran who stepped in to become your mentor?
My first coach, Bill Russell, was a
He
mentor.
was your mentor?
Yes, yes. Which is even funnier, like the former players in North Carolina were my mentors. Because we played
some of those guys?
Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Walter Davis.
That's like a Hall of Fame class.
Yeah. I mean, all those guys were still in the league, and they would come back and they would tell stories about what it takes to be in the NBA and how you got to stay there. So those were my mentors.
And you drank in every... It's the Brooklyn Nets heading. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Junior. And it's Durant. And it's Robinson. In at the center, locking down the middle. Outside Irving. Here's Junior. And Junior throws it down.
Can't afford to leave someone uncovered like that. Irving will torch you for this mistake.
Clippers trail by 7. Here's Baker. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's Leonard. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
I tell my son Malloy how good Leonard really is. A dynamite offensive threat who heats up in a hurry.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Irving passes to Junior. Trying to get open is Irving. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Somewhat late to the game of basketball, Junior's natural abilities were apparent from the first time he ever stepped on the floor, and he's been cultivating them ever since.
Guarded by Harden. Down low. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And the Clippers making a change here. Toscano's checked in. Nets leading by 7. Harden outside. and Junior throws it down.
Great teamwork, impressive finish. That's the result of hours of practice getting the timing down.
Here's Baker. With the shot. The rebound by Harden.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
And Junior throws it down.
Losing your man defensively when Harden has the ball, that's unforgettable. He's the top-tier creator.
Here's Baker. And the Clippers miss again.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Bounce pass from Durant. And that one drops. Junior's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
So both teams making some changes here. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And George with the stuff.
Getting off the floor with ease. George makes aggressive moves to the rim look so effortless.
Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Baker. Outside for George. Over Junior, and that one goes long. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Now, here is Harden. Tight defense on him. The shot's good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Clippers trail by 15. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Pass to Oturu. Back to Baker. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up. And the basket by Oturu. Oturu's got his second basket of the game.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Brown the pass to Junior. And Junior throws it down hard.
And that's the kind of dunk that can energize a team. Junior's here to inspire.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Down by 15. Clippers moving the ball around. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 4 points this quarter.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
Now the pass to Junior. Dishes it to Brown. 36 seconds left to play in the third. Perry passes to Junior. Brown outside. To the middle. Here's Junior. He gets it in there. Junior's got 16 points here in the second half.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Baker. Off target from three-point range.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
I don't think the D has an answer for him right now. He is just getting any shot he wants.
Now George. Excellent D there from Junior. And so, guys, it's Junior making things happen for the Brooklyn Nets. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Paul George is out there with Baker. Then it's Rui Hachimura. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Free throw good, Junior. Both teams deciding to change it up. And both free throws good for Junior.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Clippers trailed by 19. Outside, George got it from 16 feet.
A big part of George's polished offensive game is the efficient jump shot.
Net shooting and offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
The Clippers shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Pass to Leonard. Over Junior. Tries again, and he lays it up and in.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
Harden the pass to Robinson. Floats it up for Junior. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
He pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. George up top, guarded by Harris.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
Passes it to Junior. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Robinson. Offensive rebound. Banked in off the glass. Robinson's got his first bucket in this one.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunity.
Especially when you're this far down, you have to make the most of every sequence.
George passes to Oturu. Fires the three. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for Joe Harris. Nets leading by 19 points. And there's the pass to Robinson. He kicks to Junior. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Attacking in the lane. This is where Junior's raw ability and toughness really shine.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Junior. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
George against Irving. Buries the long-range jumper.
This is taking advantage of analytics. Kyrie from 3 is a great bet.
Guarded by Harden. George passes to Leonard. To the paint. And that one, good.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Outside, KD. Inside, here's Junior. Yet another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the 8.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Now, here is George. Trying to get open is Thompson, and George gets it to go. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
With the strength that George has added over the years, he can take the contact and still convert the shot.
Junior with it. Leonard's there. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a...
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. So long.
Mike and Mary Jean, money on me, buzzing on the scene. Ball made belt, look like a king with a. I remember when I had no bread in my account. Now it's like I don't know, it's kinda the amount. That I create got a few with a pool. Left Ferrari and it came without a roof. All this money always on me like it's glue. Money always on me like a tattoo. I was always in the kitchen like a spoon. Always broke, but if we was cool. Then the real hit the wound. I don't even feel the same, I don't even feel the pain. And I think I need a bigger chain. Call it Elliot and tell him I need everything. My so I like an energy, I can make. If you ain't with the, you an enemy. I got blue cheese with the stuff that my Mike and Mary Jean. Money on me, buzzing on the scene. It's a ball made belt, it look like a king with a